Hey, 7th grade, we're all the way up here in Chapter 7 now, Lesson 6, Slope and Similar Triangles. Now, we've done slope, but you might be thinking, what does it have to do with triangles? Well, we're going to find out. Alright, so similar triangles and slope. You look at my line here, it has a consistent slope. That's that constant rate of change. The slope is the same. It's a straight line. These triangles that are connected to it, we're going to give you that they are similar. So there's the given. They are similar. So I'm going to add some letters here, A, B, C, D, E. All right, so if they're similar, that means similar parts should compare. So for example, AB compares to CD, so this one and that one. You can see how they compare. The bottoms, CB, ED, they compare. So if I write that out, that means AB is on the same triangle with CB. And then the parts that compare are CD, so AB compares to CD, and then CB compares to ED. Now, let me get my little glow thing here. So this one compares to that one. That's why they're together. And this one compares to that one. That's why they're together. And again, same parts of the same triangles are on top, and the same parts of the same, or the two parts of the triangle together, they have to stay together like that. Now, if I change those with numbers, because it looks like this here is 4, and this is 2, and this here is also 2, and finally that there is 1. So AB is 4 over CD is 2. And that should be equal to CB is 2 over ED, which is 1. And hopefully you can see that the slopes are similar. Now what you should be able to do is take a line, and this different one, and pick a couple points and draw the triangles and get the slope from both. Now, this is not a math book one, so this is going to be a little touchy, but we'll see how it goes. So if I would pick this point here, and goodness, I think I'm going to try to pick this one here. Now this is not going to be pretty, but let's see how it goes. I have one triangle there, and then down here, maybe I'll pick something that works better. I'll pick this one here, which looks pretty straightforward, and I'll pick this one here, and that's pretty close. We'll have to see. Alright, so again, the slope is the rise over the run. So you got to think up and down first. And here, it looks like I'm going to get my glow thing. The rise goes down 1.5. So I'm going to use that as negative 1.5 over, and then it looks like it goes from here to there. That's 2. Looks like it goes over 2. The rise down over 2. That should be the slope up there. Now this one here should be similar, and then we'll do it with using the points too. So this one here goes 1, 2, this goes 3 down. Okay. So that's going to be a negative 3, sorry, yep, negative 3. That's the rise. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like it goes 4 over. Looks very similar. Hopefully you can see that those slopes are the same. And if you divide negative 1.5 by 2, you're going to get a slope of negative 0.75. If you divide negative 3/4 would be negative 0.75. Alright? Now, you see how it works with the triangles, but the thing is, I think we already know how to do slope, because slope, remember, is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, right? So I always think about x1 and x2 and all that from left to right. So I'm going to get these points first. So this one up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative 4, 5. So that one's negative 4, 5. And next one here would be negative 2, 1, 2, 3 and a half. Negative 2, 3.5. Oh boy, I wrote that so neatly and so close together. Hope you can see that's a negative 2 and a 3.5. And let me just get the other points too. This one here would be 0, 2. And the last one over here would be 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 1. Alright. 4, negative 1. Okay, now let me go to my other color, blue, that I haven't used yet. And now you can use your y2, y1. So up here with this one, that looks like 3.5 minus 5. So I'll do it over here. 3.5 minus 5 over, and that's going to be negative 2 minus negative 4. Okay? Negative 2 minus negative 4. Okay, now remember, minus and negative 4, that's going to make those both positive. I think 3.5 minus 5 is negative 1.5, and negative 2 plus 4 is 2. That should look very similar to the other one, or identical. Okay, now the other one we have negative 1 minus 2 and 4 minus 0. Let's see, negative 1 minus 2, that's negative 3, and 4 minus 0 is 4. Again, identical. There you go. Now sometimes what they'll do is they will give you just the vertices of the triangle, and then they'll ask you to figure out the slope. And a couple ways you can do this. You could just graph it. So here's one that has a point at 2, 3. There's 2, 3, and 2, negative 1. And the last one is negative 6, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, negative 6, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's like way over here. Okay, there's one triangle. So now I can connect that, and connect that, and connect that. And the other one, which I use a different color, has 0, 2. Right there. And let's see, 0, 0. What do you know? Right there. And finally, negative 4, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I'm thinking if I would have made that better, it would be right there, and those would connect. So you have your two triangles, and you're supposed to figure out the slope. Now, like I said, there are a couple ways you could do this. You could just use the points, and since we're doing a slope, you would want this point down here, the 2, negative 1, and you'd want that one there, 0, 0, and you'd want that one there, negative 4, 2, and then you'd want this one here, which I should have written that one in blue, and that's the negative 6, 3. And so, you know, it's asking you to figure this out. Now, you could just go with the formula y2, y1, so then let me trace over this one so we know that this is the blue one. Alright, so I'm going to do it with the points first. So I'll use the blue triangle, negative 1 minus 3. Negative 1 minus 3, alright. And the other one is 2 minus negative 6. So 1 minus 3 is negative 4 over 2 plus 6, that would be No, okay, so that's negative 4 over 8. That looks like negative 1/2. Alright? Now, the other one, I'm going to have 0, 0 on both. Oh, there I go again, not changing my colors. 0 minus 2 and 0 minus negative 4 plus plus. So it looks like I have negative 2 over 4, which is same thing, negative 1/2. They do have the same slope, and you really did not need to graph it, although it helps to see it. If you just have a whole bunch of points, you might not know which ones are the ones for the slope. Now the other way to do this is, again, you'd have to definitely graph this one, is to say, let's see, this goes down 2 over 4. There you go, down 2 over 4. This one goes down 4 and over 8. So I just like using the slope formula. That makes a lot of sense to me. Make a little graph so you know where the points are, so you know which ones you're dealing with, because you have to go for the ones that have the slope. That should pretty much take care of it. You're going to do a homework and problem solving sheet today and see how it goes.